Welcome to the Abbey Stadium. We've got Cambridge United against Rushden Diamonds coming up. I'll hand you into the capable hands of our commentators Paul Parker and Steve Bauer.
Well, Cambridge have made a couple of changes tonight. They're delighted to welcome back Mark Albrighton, their captain, after suspension. And there's also an interesting change up front for the Cambridge manager, Jimmy Quinn. Well, Rushden Diamonds also welcome back a player after suspension. Simon Rusk is back in their midfield tonight. And once again for Gary Hill, it's a settled side. And our referee this evening is Russell Fletcher from Derbyshire, his fourth game that he's officiated so far in this Blue Square Premier season. And straight away, it's up in the air. We're going to see quite a lot of that tonight, understandably, with Leo Fortune West and on loan Marvin Robinson up front for Cambridge.
Yeah, they're both very, very similar the way they play. It's just a bit quicker, Robinson. Very, very aggressive, and we know one thing, Rushden are going to be in the fight at the back there. These two will go for everything.
Morrison with the throw. Wollaston back to Peters, the player coach. Courtney Pitt. Morrison again. Rushden with 10 behind the ball. Inside this first minute. Patient build-up from Cambridge. Just caught in possession in midfield there. The referee rightly gave the free kick against Quinton, who was just caught where he thought he had a moment more time there.
He did. They were pressing quite well there, Rushden, and Quinton, he just got involved a little bit there in the play and just over-elaborated on the ball, really.
So a free kick to Rushden, taken by Hatswell. That'll be a Cambridge United free kick. It's Chris Hope, the skipper of Rushden, who was up for that. The manager of Rushden in charge for the 29th time this evening. He's won 10 games since he took over. The side have got some defending to do here. That's not a bad ball. Could have gone anywhere. An excellent delivery from Pitt.
That was well played there as well. The old fella in the side there, Fortune West, great header out wide there to Pitt, and what a great delivery as well.
Convery was looking for Fortune West again. Hatswell was in the way. Good early pressure from Cambridge. That was, again, that aerial threat. We're going to see a lot of that tonight.
But we are seeing Chris Hope trying to get against him, and what he's doing, Fortune West, he's pinning him down, and he's not allowing Hope to get a jump. And to be honest, at the moment, Hope is having no hope in getting anywhere near the ball.
Long kick from Paul Nichols. He'll just go out on the full, though. Albrighton, who missed Saturday's game through suspension, back in the skipper tonight for Cambridge with the throw. That will surely be a free kick. Chris Hope pleading with the referee that he got the ball, but he got more of the man.
Just got the bit there. They're getting themselves right up against the two centre-halves. It's going to be a hell of a battle.
Mark Peters, who's one of several players who spent time at Rushden. He actually spent the longest time, many of the Cambridge players, 4 years a Rushden player, and was promoted twice during that time as well. He's up trying to cause problems here. Flash header again from that man, Leo Fortune West.
Yeah, when he pulled away there from Chris Hope, it's a free header, and he's annoyed with himself because he never got the connection he should have done, really. Just see him there, he's broken free, and it was a great opportunity for him, and that's why he ran away disappointed with himself.
Jimmy Quinn has recalled him tonight, saying that he thinks Leo Fortune West will have a point to prove against his former club. And he has got plenty of former clubs. This is his 8th permanent one. But he did play 6 games for Rushden Diamonds last season and didn't score a single goal. He's already scored 6 goals in his Cambridge career, and he had a good chance to add to that there. Hitting with the early challenge. Wollaston not impressed that that has gone against Cambridge. It'll be a Rushden throw.
He was a little bit annoyed. He was just caught in the back there as well as he went for it, and that's what he wasn't happy with.
Sano on loan from Reading in the right back position for Rushden. Forward from Hope. Flicked on by Rankin. Offside flag is up there. Challoner was the man trying to get through. Well, don't forget, of course, that this game is currently free to air. If you want to see the whole game, you must subscribe. And you can do that by calling 08712 00 3322. You can go to setanta.com, or you can press the red button on your screen now. Don't forget, of course, any goals that go in the Blue Square Premier tonight, you will know about them first right here. No goals in this one so far. Just over 5.5 minutes gone. Potter's intelligent ball across the field there, and then helped forward by Albrighton. Hatswell under pressure from Fortune West. And they know Hope and Hatswell, those two central defenders, are in for a battle against Robinson and Fortune West tonight.
It's already started already. Battle has commenced already at the moment. Fortune West and Robinson are on top.
Morrison. Nice ball across to Courtney Pitt.
That's well defended there by Sano. Just watched the ball, didn't dive in, just looked for it, just flicking just slightly off the tail Pitt, and he just got himself in there and nicked it off him.
Interesting confrontation that tonight. Sano against Pitt. He's whipped in that left-footed ball. The goalkeeper made an early decision. Then there was a complete misclick, unfortunately, by Convery. Bit of panic back there for Rushden. They've won it back again. Wollaston. Good impetus from Cambridge. Delivered again by Pitt. Still not clear. Convery again. Sliding challenge from Foster. Another aerial ball. Goalkeeper comes again. Didn't get an awful lot on it. It's a goal kick at the end of it.
He come there, Paul Nicholls, and Paul Nicholls isn't the biggest. He's come out there just to punch it. He didn't really connect at all. He's quite fortunate at the end there. Wasn't the best of balls in there by Gleeson, more hit and hope, but he's forced Nicol out and he actually didn't get there, actually come off of Robinson.
26-year-old who signed in the summer from Fisher Athletic, having been released there. Began at Chelsea as a trainee. He and those two central defenders know going to see a lot of those balls. And Courtney Pitt on the left-hand side, Parks, has a wonderful left foot to deliver them.
Oh, we've just seen him. His delivery has been excellent so far, and he can run as well, and he's comfortable and clever on the ball as well.
Here he is again, 25-year-old, another former Chelsea trainee. Couldn't quite get it through to Robinson on that occasion. And that's back to Danny Potter. Morrison, the ball given to Pitt at every opportunity. Wollaston now has a bit of space in front of it. Fortune West back to Pitt, another delivery from him, didn't reach Robinson there, headed away by Hatswell. And that one will be comfortable. One of the more comfortable ones this evening for Paul Nicholls in the Rushden goal.
Well, I think he needed that one there, but the one thing we've just seen now with Rushden, it's 3 in midfield against Rushden's 2, and they're struggling. We've just seen the player there just asking for help in there, but they're being overrun. They're dragging them wide with Pitt, and all of a sudden we're seeing Wollaston just get on the ball far too easy.
Rushden trying to get hold of the ball, something they haven't been able to do really in the opening 9 minutes or so. Foster. And then the snapshot on the turn really didn't contain any power from Rankin. It's another chance again for Pitt to go galloping down this left-hand side. Remember, Cambridge beaten just once so far this season in their 14 games. That by Forest Green. And a team with confidence. Will he keep that in? He will. He's done really well. Gleeson couldn't provide the quality ball. And for that, Rushden were very glad in the end. That's a goal kick.
Yeah, that was a shame there in the end there. Weren't the best of balls by Mark Peters. He didn't intend it. Fortune West has made something out of nothing. Just got it back to Gleeson. All it needed was a decent delivery, and he wasn't able to help him.
Peters with the long one forward again. Fortune West at 37 is chasing it. Not the type of ball he'll appreciate too much tonight.
No, but I think with the game well it is, and it's against one of his old sides, he's going to give everything.
Ten minutes gone then. It's been a lively 10 minutes as well at the Abbey Stadium. That's Wells' header. Leeson's cross. It was headed away by Chris Hope. Needed to be as well.
Well, we're just seeing now the way Cambridge are going at them. A lot of width, a lot of crosses. Gary Hill has to be thinking about now changing his formation just to stop the crosses in the box. Two centre-halves can't keep going at this rate, having to keep contending with Robinson and Fortune West.
Curtis Asano for Rushden. Put it back from Rankin. Challoner chasing. Chandler there, who made it to the playoff final at Wembley last season as an Exeter City player. 26-year-old who actually began his career in these parts at Cambridge City. Now, tonight he's facing Cambridge United, who start the evening in 5th position. Challenge from Foster. Goalkeeper will clear that, and not too convincingly. Back to the same player. Given away by Gleeson. Sano. Good working back from Marvin Robinson there.
That's what they want. They want their forwards just to help their back players as well. And I think at the moment in time in Fortune West and Robinson, they've got two players who are working both ways.
Sano to take the throw, the 20-year-old, line from Reading. Couldn't find the red shirt with it though. Morrison brings it away for Cambridge, but again they give it away entitledly. Kelly. Now Howell joining in from left back for Rushden. Another one of their summer signings. Not a bad ball either. In the end with an important interception.
Yeah, he had to make that, because initially all started with him that decent possession, and he almost gave it away to Rushden, and he's done well to get it back.
Once again, the free kick given away. And once again, a foul on Leo Fortune West.
Yeah, Hatswell's just tried to jump early. Fortune West has made her back. Clever play by him there. Just got on there. Blatant foul, really. There's no arguments there. They're just, at the moment, just can't sort out this problem. And I think they're going to have to try and stop the delivery into him.
Plenty forward for this set piece then for Cambridge. Just needed that decent delivery. Well, Brighton got his head on it. Robinson's won the corner.
Yeah, he shouldn't have been allowed to do that, Robinson. He's plucked the ball out of the air, well taken, but you have to question the defending there. They allowed two of them, allowed him to bring it down and then allowed him to go and win a corner.
9 back for Rushden for this corner. All Brighton's in there again, the Cambridge skipper. So is Peters with a free header. And he's put it wide.
That was well worked there. Mark Peters has got himself away, pulled away to the far. He has to head it across goal, really. See, he's come there, he's pulled away. That has to go back to where it's come from. He's tried to score from there, and it isn't really going to happen from there. Paul Nicholls had read that, head it back towards the other side of goal, and there's other players to maybe have a little battle there for it.
The 35-year-old player coach in his third season with Cambridge, having had 4 with Rushden. As I mentioned before, promoted twice all the way up to League One in those heady days under Brian Talbot.
Yeah, I mean, it took them a long time to get there under Brian Talbot, and when they did get there, well, we've just seen what's happened to them now, really. There was a lot of money spent to get them there. The fortunes changed once they got there.
A reminder that less than 3 years ago, this fixture was happening here inside this stadium in League Two. Just for the record, Cambridge won it 3-1 that night with a hat-trick from John Turner, who later went on to join Rushden. And Marvin Robinson, who's playing for Cambridge tonight, was a substitute for Rushden that evening in League Two. Both the front two for Cambridge playing against their former club. This is Rankin for Rushden. Rusk. Howell's cross from left back. Goalkeeper's made an early decision, and it was a good one from Darren Potter. Hoping in front of Fortune West on that occasion. Convery is looking for Robinson, but the flag is up.
Good play that was. Robinson has gone in towards the ball, he's pulled away, giving himself a lot of space. He just stepped forward instead of maybe bending his run more than anything, really. But he's unlucky. Good play, and they are splitting the Rushden defence far too often.
Gary Hill, he took over in February. Remember that Rushden had 4 different managers last season. And Gary Hill led them to a respectable 12th place in the end. Flag is up at the other end now.
Ball was just kicked against the Rushden, and he's onside, really. As the rule says it, he's definitely onside. The linesman maybe just been a little bit asleep there, see the man in front and just assumed he was offside.
Fortune West's flick almost found its way through to Marvin Robinson. Right on the shoulder of Hatswell. Remember that Cambridge in reserve have both Lee Boylan on his way back from injury and their leading scorer Scott Rendell, which is almost an embarrassment of riches up front for Jimmy Quinn, the Cambridge manager at the moment.
Certainly keeping Robinson and Fortune West on their toes, really knowing that there is quality to come off. 2 good goal scorers there on the bench.
Jimmy Quinn telling us beforehand that Scott Rendell just needed a little rest. 7 goals so far this season, 21 in a couple of weeks' time. And the Cambridge manager able to juggle his pack again tonight. I'm sure if this scoreline were to go deep into this game, we'd see either, if not both, of those strikers for fresh legs for Cambridge.
I think we would do, yeah. They're desperate to get 3 points on the board, Cambridge, to get themselves going again. With such a good start, but 2 points out of 9 isn't enough, really, for what they're looking for.
Fortune West with the flip. Hatswell with the header back. Helped forward by Pitt. Now Robinson. Pitt again. Had a bright start to this game. Just need a little bit more quality on that occasion. Cool play from Morrison. Brighton's long ball. Then Hanswell was the last man there, but fortunately he got the touch Rushden required. Convery. Gleeson. Now Wollaston. Is there a quality ball at the end of this? Fortune West with the touch. Wollaston was the one trying to get the second ball inside the penalty area. Back by Morrison. Now Kilbar. The ranking for Rushden. Chance for Pitt again to run at Asano. Robinson just turned into trouble there in the face of Simon Rusk. Jackson, seen very little of him so far, the top scorer from Rushden. He was looking to pick out Rankin there. Comes back to Rusk. Asano's delivery, the goalkeeper backpedaled. Headed away in the end by Albrighton. Good challenge by Robinson. That wasn't a good challenge on Fortune West.
Most certainly wasn't. I think Russ was a little bit disappointed, challenged by Robinson, and that was a little bit of petulance, I think, coming out there. Not a good challenge at all, that. Just seen that one here. Comes in from behind, and went in there. It was a dangerous tackle. Don't think there can be any arguments here in accepting that card. It showed a lot of petulance because he wasn't happy with the first tackle from Marvin Robinson, which was a good tackle.
Well, the man who's just back from suspension is the first recipient of a yellow card this evening. Fortune West is okay. He didn't appear at all on Saturday. He was completely rested by Jimmy Quinn, I think, with this game in mind. Still going strong at 37. Now what can Cambridge do from this? Didn't reach Pitt. Has reached Morrison though. Thought about the shot. And it was always rising.
Certainly was. He went there, didn't look exactly confident. He was looking to get out to Pitt, but Asano had blocked that one out to Pitt, so all was left for him really in fear in front was to have a shot. The crowd was screaming for it. I think some of them wish they hadn't.
Let's get some early thoughts from the Cambridge bench then. Jimmy Quinn is now with Rebecca.
Jimmy, you're causing quite a few problems in the air up front with your two big men for them, aren't you?
Yes, we started very well. We just need a breakthrough, really. The two big lads are doing very, very well. The quality of the balls in are quite good. We just need to work on the movement a little bit. But I'm pleased with the start.
Courtney Pitt's having a decent impact, isn't he?
He's got a free kick there. Yeah, Courtney, he's put about 6 crosses in. I said to Courtney every game, you know, he can win games for us. You know, we've got two big lads up there, good in the air, so we need as many balls in the box as we can.
Thanks, Jimmy.
Some interesting comments there from Jimmy Quinn, who, a reminder, has been the subject, his chairman says, of at least 2 calls from Football League clubs in the last week, such as the job he's done here. Remember that Cambridge finished 17th last season, just 4 points above relegation. They start tonight in 5th. Challoner won that ahead of Pitt. Here's Challoner again. Kelly in the penalty area. Important block from Peters.
It had to be a good block, otherwise it's going straight across the goal.
Jackson. Now Asano. Crossing opportunity for Challoner. Back with hope. It's Cambridge now with every man deep inside their own half, as Rushden enjoy a little bit of possession, having weathered that early Cambridge storm.
Yeah, they're just coming to it slightly. Cambridge are still looking the more capable side when they get on the ball. Rushden are having little flits. They haven't really got their main man Jackson into it. They're trying to get him wide in behind this space that Pitts is in, because Pitts is bombing forward. They're trying to get him off into there, but delivery into him has not been good enough yet.
They want to see a little bit more from him. He's capable though, Simeon Jackson. 6 goals already so far this season. His 3rd full season at the club. He's chasing this one here, but it'll be too strong and more than comfortable for Danny Potter in the Cambridge goal. Robinson looking for some support. Goes back to the skipper, Albrighton in the end. Quinton. Oh, that could have gone anywhere. It was taken out of the goalkeeper's hands.
Well, that was just well defending, and really, Hatswell just knew, he just saw himself there. He's got to go and get it. Paul Nicholls is mostly shouting, but all he knows in the back of his mind, if it's there, he's got to go and do the job and talk with Paul Nicholls after.
Bit of better delivery from Cambridge. Can they have it from this corner again? So many of the 6-foot brigade are forward. It was Peters jumping, you had that earlier header. Wollaston will keep this in. Now Morrison. Fortune West screaming for it. Goalkeeper's come a long way again. He got 2 hands on it though. And he's hurt as well in that challenge.
Yeah, he's come out there, Paul, again. He does that a lot. He likes to come and punch. He's coming into a major pack and he's taking a clump, but you just wonder, does he really have to come all the way out there? There's a lot of players that can take any kind of header from there is not really going to beat him from there. Brave on his part, but maybe could let his defenders try and do the job from that distance.
It's always something in the goalkeeper's mind as well when they set up against a team like Cambridge tonight, and players like Robinson and Fortune West. Cambridge trying to get the ball into the box early, and it's always a seed of doubt in a goalkeeper's mind, particularly perhaps one of his stature as well.
Oh, it is. There's always that doubt, and all he can do really is just be positive. And he's been, every time the ball's coming, he's been positive. He's come. The defenders know what he's doing next, so they can have to deal with it.
Now Fortune West is upset here because the referee, I think, he wants Rushden to give them the ball back. Fortune West's argument was that Cambridge were in possession down that right-hand side. Such a grey area in football now, that.
I don't really like it, to be honest. I just think sometimes you just got to get on with it and play it as it is. You're leaving decisions to referees. I just think you just get rid of that whole rule, in my opinion.
The rain coming down now here in Cambridge. A zip on the surface in the Abbey Stadium. That'll be a throw in. It's been raining a lot in this part of the world today. And that excellent playing surface, as I say, has that little bit of a zip on it now as well. Not the best conditions for goalkeepers.
Especially for those ones that come over the top and they've got to make a decision, are they going to come or are they going to stay?
Pulled by Convery. Robinson was in an offside position. Challoner's header with Wollaston. Plenty of energy and effort in that midfield area at the moment. Fortune West just trying to turn Hatswell. Run away from him though.
Oh, if he'd just been that little bit quicker there, he would have got on the end of that. It was a great idea what he'd done there. He knew that Hatswell could not reach it, and he was just unlucky really that the ball just ran away from him. The greasy surface obviously helped him there, Rushden, in the end. It was just there, and you just see it. Hatswell read it all completely wrong, and the wet surface just took it in towards Paul Nicholls.
Run in the air by Gleeson for a Rushden throw. We mentioned that they're the draw specialists, Rushden. It does make them hard to beat. Just 3 defeats this season. They haven't been beaten since the 27th of August when they were beaten by a goal to nil at home to Kidderminster. Gary Hill's installed that in them.
That's the way Gary's always played, even from his Dagenham days. They've always been quite resilient, his sides. They've not given a lot away. They've just always pushed on, been aggressive when they're defended, and I think we've seen that now with Rushden. Now he's got himself his authority stamps on it. That's what he wants. He's always looking at clean sheets as best as possible.
Robinson, on loan from Oxford, of course. Wollaston out to Pitt. He's got it back, Wollaston. Challoner's gone over with him. And Wollaston has won the corner.
Yeah, we've just seen a lot of the play down his left-hand side. Pitt's been quiet just recently. He's got himself going again with Wollaston, and those two are causing a lot of problems for this Rushden defence, especially Wollaston just flitting in between the forwards and the midfield players, and no one is actually picking him up.
Mark Peters, we saw there, has caused a couple of problems in these situations. He's forward again, the central defender. Very congested inside that 6-yard box. Towards the near post, but it didn't beat the first defender. He was Rusk. That's Robinson's header, and that's comfortable for Nichols.
Yeah, maybe Robinson could have just left that. He had Peters behind him. Albrighton was there as well, but he chose to head it, and it was just went straight through to the keeper.
Fortune West headed that ball and then looked out to Courtney Pitt as if to say, why didn't you move?
Well, he's putting himself on a line,
telling off.
He's putting himself on a line there, putting his head in there to win things, and he wants his players to join in and pick up the pieces.
Wollaston chasing that, but he's always going to run away from him.
Willis, you can see him now. Wollaston, he's just going to just get a little shove in the back there. Could have been quite dangerous, that, really. That's why the referee had a word of him on his way back, just to say to him there's no need for that.
Gleeson. Good throw to Rushden, which Dean Howell is going to take. Looking for Rankin. Free header for Hope. And then for Peters. And that's another Rushden throw.
Yeah, there was a lot of time there for Peters, and he used to say in the game he scored out a Frockney bit head there. But all the time, and he ends up just pulling it out for a throw and keeps the pressure on for Cambridge.
That was right in front of the referee from Wollaston.
Comes in there, just dives in. It was dangerous. He, lucky enough, he didn't catch him properly, but he's coming dangerous, both feet high.
Asano, Hope and Hatswell have all made their way forward for this free kick. Well, couldn't get past Leo Fortune West, who was back doing his defensive duties. Simeon Jackson, the leading goal scorer for Rushden. He began his career at Gillingham. And he has scored in each of the last 5 Rushden and Diamond games. But, he hasn't had a sniff so far this evening. It's looking for Robinson. Hope has gone across with him. Now Pitt. Goalkeeper back pedals. Fortune West was coming in strongly and he committed a foul in the end.
Yeah, he did. He just come in there a bit late, and he's just caught Hatswell just on his back, really. And the referee's given the foul for that after Hatswell's done well just to go and win that initial header. In he comes. He's gone in there, and you can see why Fortune West is disappointed with that, really. Just sees that as a man-to-man challenge.
But once again, that's asking the question, isn't it? You saw the goalkeeper come and then backpedal there. You're sowing the seed of doubt.
It certainly is, and I think that's what Cambridge are looking at now. They're putting balls in there just to ask questions of him at the moment.
So we're approaching 10 minutes to half-time here, still awaiting our first goal. But there have been goals elsewhere in the Blue Square Premier, and the one that has been scored by Crawley tonight at home to Histon is the 500th goal that has been scored in the Blue Square Premier so far this season. Pino is the one who got it for Crawley. Gleeson's delivery didn't reach Fortune West. Jackson for Rushden. Now Marcus Kelly, 21-year-old. Kelly over there, who actually scored the winner for Rushden in this game last season. They won it by a 1-0, courtesy of his strike. And it's an equally tight affair so far this evening.
It certainly is very, very tight. They're just slowly getting themselves back into it, Rushden. Just seeing there, Fortune West just coming from an offside position in towards the ball. Just maybe a little bit lazy on his part of actually not being there already. I'd just like to see maybe Cambridge are doing well. They're putting a lot of balls in there, asking questions of Paul Nichols. Maybe I'd just like to see Pitt try and get to the byline or as close to it, to deliveries in behind the Russian defence, just to ask questions of them from that direction. He would love them ones all day long, Fortune West. So he's actually coming in and attacking it.
Howell with the throw for Rushden. Kelly was looking for the free kick. Russell Fletcher, the referee, waved away his claims. Asano. Peters with the header away. Challoner was right on his shoulder. And Albrighton's header. And then back from Foster. Albrighton, who was actually on loan at Rushden last season. 17 games he played for them. He joined Cambridge in the summer from Boston, 31 years of age. Back after suspension tonight. Jimmy Quinn actually pointing to the goals they conceded on Saturday that might not have been conceded had he been playing. Pitt's played a ball there without even looking.
No, well, he's gone and done that. He's done that for a lot of the game. Now the game has just got a little bit, it's come a little bit of a chess match now, and now I think the two forwards just need balls into them now, and they just need the midfield players just to join in front of them, maybe one bursting in behind them. Those ones over the top now, they've stretched the defence already, they just need to be rolled into the forwards' feet.
Howell trying to show his pace down that left-hand side. Goal kick.
First time we've really seen Howell there have a go. He normally plays on the left side of midfield. Tonight he's at left back, got good pace, loves to go past people, and we just might see more of him as the game goes on.
Rushden have lost just one of their 7 away games, won 3 of them. Scored 12 goals on their travels as well, but they've only conceded 10 in those 7. And they've been pretty solid tonight, and dealt with those cross balls that Cambridge have thrown at them. Robinson was willing to chase that. Jimmy Quinn will feel they've shaded it.
Yeah, he would definitely come out and say they have done, but they was quite a way in front initially, but you have to say well done to Rushden. Gary Hill has seen what's happened, what Cambridge were doing to him, and he's narrowed his midfield now, not to allow the free in there to have too much time on the ball. He's given up the width, be honest, on that right-hand side, just to say, well, I'm going to get in there and get 3 against 3 in that middle of midfield.
Last 6 minutes of this first half then at the Abbey Stadium. Rankin looking for Jackson. Wasn't a convincing clearance. Here is Jackson. Kelly. Rusk. Bringing Asano into it. Where's he going here? Now is there a break on? Only really Robinson with Fortune West up for Cambridge. Unceremoniously dumped off the ball there, Marvin Robinson.
Well,
by Foster.
That was a hell of a challenge from Foster. We just call that a right forearm to the face. And the referee hasn't even spoken to him. He knew exactly what he was doing there, Foster. Just needed to stop the play there, and he's certainly done that.
Now Pitt.
Just took his eye off the ball. He's thinking what he's going to do next. Should have been thinking about getting a hold of the ball first.
He's redeemed himself there. And got a throw. Courtney Pitt, who, when he left Chelsea, having played in the same youth team as John Terry and Carlton Cole, Jody Morris, he joined Portsmouth under Graham Ricks for £200,000. And Paul Nicholls, the Rushden goalkeeper, was also in that group of players at Chelsea.
He most certainly was. And as well, Paul Nicholls is, well, John Terry's best mate as well. Always normally pop up and see him in all the magazines. He was actually there at John Terry's wedding.
That's a free kick against Hope. You can see what he thinks of that decision.
He's not going to win them ones. Once you get that tight to a forward and it goes like that, you just know 9 times out of 10 it's always going to go with a forward. It's just got to drop off a little bit.
Now, less than 4 minutes to the half-time whistle. This is an important moment defensively for Rushden. Mark Convery is going to take it. Paul Brighton's up there towards the back post. It's over him, though. In fact, it's over everyone. It's a disappointing delivery.
It was as well. I mean, them ones going, they've got to go with a little bit of pace, not too much height. And he's a bit disappointed, that man there, with that. What he could have done earlier, if he's got his head up, he could have rolled it out to Pitt. Pitt was just there waiting, saying, go on, give it to me. He didn't actually look at him. He just more worried about getting in the box. Pitt had space, maybe to try and get at least in behind in that Russian defence to make a good delivery from there.
Peter's header. Ping ball in there at the moment. It's cleared by Hatswell. Fortune West. Kelly's come back to help out, and he did well in the end. Haven't cleared it though, Rushden. Hope heads it clear. Robinson got the touch. Here's Wollaston. Now Pitt. Gleeson will try and get that second ball on the far side, but it's Rushden who bring it clear. They've got into good positions at times, Cambridge, haven't they, Parks? But quality's been lacking at times. Yeah,
quality was good early on, but Pitt had the opportunity just to run at the man there. Didn't have to deliver it so early. Could have just gone and taken the man on. That's what you thrive for your wide players to get in 1-against-1 situations. He was there with one, and he decided to deliver it so early when he could have maybe just gone at the man.
Asano is away from Fortune West. Jackson, who's come out to this right-hand side. Foster. Good bit of throw to Rushden. In fact, it came off Asano, so it's from the way of the home side. Well, Gary Hill will be the happier manager as it stands at the moment.
He will be, because they started off on their back foot, and he's just sorted it out, and his team have just got stronger as this half has gone on. His 2 centre-halves have dealt with Robinson and Fortune West a lot better than what they did early on. So I think he'll definitely be the happier manager to have weathered the storm.
And in the air again there by Hatswell. Pitched them well against Asano. Morrison. Now Gleeson. And again, that final ball didn't arrive. Gleeson will try again, though. It's headed away by Hatswell. Pitt. Final few seconds of normal time at the end of this first half. Quinton. Just couldn't quite get in front of his man there. And then it's come out to Convery. He couldn't get a clean strike.
No, that was not bad play there. Tried his best there, Quinton. Just got in behind. Good ball there by Wollaston. He was really hoping that something could happen from then. It just falls short, goes there into Fortune West, rolls it back. But Convery wasn't really set to hit that one first time.
As you saw there, 2 minutes of time to add on at the end of the first half. Albrighton. Now Pitt. Taking on Asano this time, who stood his ground. It's a corner to Cambridge.
Yeah, that was well defended there by Asano, but that's what I wanted to see. I want to see Courtney Pitt going at him rather than just knocking an aimless ball in hope in the box. I want to see him get round the outside of people and deliver from there.
Last minute of stoppage time. Corner to Cambridge. Goalkeeper got two hands on it. Convery's ball towards the back post. Peters it was who was jumping for it, and Peters it is who loops it back in. Nichols with a one-handed punch.
He's punching a lot there. So before, he's not the biggest. Maybe that one was there to be caught. It just give his back four a little bit more confidence and a little bit more belief, and maybe a rest if he was just to catch one or two.
Pitt with the throw. Convery. And that is the last action of a first half that ends goalless. Gary Hill will be the happier of the two managers. Never just beaten once on their travels so far this season. Robinson and Fortune West against their former clubs haven't been able to break Rushden down, and it's been frustration for large parts for Cambridge United and for Jimmy Quinn. Both managers have plenty to mull over at half-time in this one. As it stands at the moment, it will be Cambridge who'll need to get back into this one. Rushden will be the happier at the Abbey Stadium at the break with a scoreline of 0-0.
We're ready for the second half. Let's hand you back up to the gantry, to Paul Parker and to Steve Bauer.
Rebecca, thank you. It will be Rushden to get us underway in this second half. Remember that 6 years ago they won this league under Brian Talbot. 3 promotions in 8 seasons. Ended up in League One. Looking to extend their unbeaten run tonight to 10 games. They knew they'd have to battle and defend here this evening. They've done that successfully so far. And their dressing room looked far less animated during the interval. The rain has got heavier, incidentally, at the Abbey Stadium. Cambridge, with 2 points from their previous 9, really do need to get back to winning ways from a home game this evening. Yeah, Rushden won as well, having lost them twice last season. Russell Fletcher gets us underway then in this second half. Rushden now attacking the host of Cambridge fans behind that goal, occupied by Danny Potter. Nichols, who had a few dicey moments with the cross balls in that first half. Would Jimmy Quinn have said, let's test that goalkeeper a little bit more in the second half,
without
boys?
a shadow of a doubt. The 2 forwards he's got out there, he'll be saying that to them. Get the ball in the box as early as possible. Still demanding quality.
Flag was up late there against Robinson.
Just seen there, Robinson's gone, and he's still onside as far as I'm concerned. He's just level at the worst, really, and that was
What's the goalkeeper's challenge here as well?
Yeah, he's gone there and thrown himself. Maybe he might have known, but if he didn't know, it's a penalty. But I think that was a poor shout by the assistant referee, I should say.
That's the weather in Cambridge this evening. Not ideal conditions, as we mentioned, for the goalkeepers, but both managers, particularly Jimmy Quinn, will want them tested a lot more in this second period.
Certainly will do, but it's going to have to be even better quality, really, because the surface is not going to allow for the ball to stay on the park easy. Balls have got to be directed in the right areas at angles, not straight balls, because they'll run straight through to the goalkeepers.
Rushden entertain Forest Green at home after this game. Their next away game is a trek to Exeter, though. The only time they've been beaten this season on their travels was in Devon. And they lost to Torquay by 3-2. An incredible game down at Plainmoor. Apart from that, as I say, they've been tight away from home. So far this evening, the same can be said. It was Rankin leaning to try and knock it down towards Jackson. The Rushden throw. Dean Howell, who played under Gary Hill at Weymouth as well. Summer signing with the throw in the left-back position. Flicked on by Rankin. Simeon Jackson. And that's a free kick to Rushden just outside the penalty area.
Yeah, that was a little battle there. Gleeson there on Jackson, and he's saying he didn't really foul him. It was just a tussle, both doing the same, and the referee might have been a bit soft on that one.
Marcus Kelly. Just his third start so far this season. So the Rushden ranks is going to take the free kick. Not a bad delivery either. Well dealt with by Peters.
That was a great delivery, that was. Caused a lot of problems.
That's the type of quality that we've been talking about. Foster battling hard with Pitt, and he's come out on top as well, Martin Foster. Low ball in, not cleared too convincingly by Albrighton. And it's Cambridge having to defend sturdily at the beginning of the second half, but Rankin has been penalised there.
Yeah, it was just maybe a silly foul there by Rankin. He was out-fault there by Fortune West. Fortune West didn't go using his strength, used a bit of goal. In the end, Rankin gave a foul away. Frustration.
Rankin, who was actually signed by Paul Hart. That was 4 managers ago at Rushden. Gleeson wants it back, and he's got it back from Fortune West. And he's given it straight back to Marcus Kelly, who's stretching his legs into the Cambridge half. Looked up, and it's a good ball as well, out to Simeon Jackson. Sarna's delivery. Rusk. And that really has been the story of the night for both sides so far. Good, promising move, and when it gets to that final third, the quality hasn't been there. Yeah,
that's right. That's what the problem was. It was a good ball out towards him there by Kelly. Goes out there to Jackson. Roll back there for Asano, just to put one in the box. He doesn't deliver, and he kills a good bit of play.
Challoner into Rankin. Drilled it straight at Albrighton. Cleared by Michael Morrison. A little bit more life in Rushden at the beginning of the second period.
Yeah, well, I'm sure they're thinking that, you know, they're still in the game. They've got better as the first half went on. They've come out the side with the impetus to go forward. That's what Gary would have told them. He said, we've weathered the storm, we're away from home, now we can go and take it to them.
Jackson just muscled out of it. There's only Robinson up for Cambridge. Here he is. He showed a little bit too much of it to Howell. Offside flag up against Rankin. Three goals so far this season. Fortune West again the target. He won it. Direct it towards Robinson though. Kelly. Strong challenge. Comes out to Rankin. Two players have stayed down after that challenge as well. Both look hurt. Peters for Cambridge. And Challoner for Rushden.
Yeah, that was a full-blooded challenge. That was. Peters didn't make the best of headers first of all, and he's gone through with his foot high, studs showing, straightened on Chandler's ankle there. That's a sore one.
He certainly felt it, John Challoner. Peters is okay. The man who made the challenge, he's back on his feet. Challoner looks less able.
He's caught him right in the front of his ankle there, Stephen. To be honest, his foot was up there, and I think because of the amount of players around there, I don't think the referee actually saw that challenge by him. As far as I'm concerned, that's a yellow card challenge, that. Yeah, we've just seen it there. Chandler goes in again, and there's no argument to that. Peters has gone in high there. I think he's grabbed himself after just to maybe trying to say, well, wasn't that bad, I'm injured as well.
And it's good to see Challoner back on his feet. Peters is okay, former Rushden player. Rushden manager virtually at full strength tonight. I'll be pleased to see his midfield player jogging back over there to the touchline. Again, the Rushden players are now upset that Fortune West drilled it towards the corner flag. We had the incident in the first half as well, which upset the Cambridge striker. Challoner's back on, incidentally. Rushden restored to 11. And they have a throw now down that left-hand side.
Just be interesting to watch Chandler there. He's still not right. He's just not walking on it properly at the moment. Just interesting how long he lasts.
Well, here he is on the ball. He's overhit that one for Rankin. Still not moving too freely. The man who finished last season as a loser in the playoff final at Wembley. He's an Exeter City player. Maxwell being fouled. No prizes to guessing who he was battling with. He's been told to keep it calm there by Russell Fletcher, who is officiating for the 4th time in the Blue Square Premier this season. He's already shown a red card. That was to Ernie Cooksey at Grays. Well, there have been quite a few red cards in this league so far. But remember, more goals than any other league. We haven't had any so far this evening at the Abbey Stadium. Here's Rusk. That was deflected, and that's a very good save by Potter.
That was, I'd have to say, that was a great save. I think that deflected there off of Peters. It wasn't the cleanest of strikes by Rusk, but he just saw the space in front of him and just struck it. Oh, it came off a channeler. It actually came off a channeler there, and it caused a problem for Potter, but Potter's reacted well to it.
Had nothing to do so far this evening. Danny Potter showing good reflexes there. More defending to do here. Kelly's corner. Moved away by Convery at the near post. Kelly once more. Again, very useful ball in. Good spell this for Rushden. And that's into the side netting from Jackson. Now Challoner, the man who's just got back on his feet, was the one who diverted it.
He did it, didn't know anything about it. He wanted it rolled to him, and it's actually going wide there by Rusk, and he's done him a favour, Chandler, really. He's got it on target.
So close as we've come to a goal. That might change now, though, and Robinson overran it.
He's frustrated. I'm sure he's frustrated with his touch, because he was there with an opportunity to have a shot at goal. Touch weren't good, and it rolled straight into Paul Nicholls' arms. That was just poor on Marvin Robinson's part, really. Got no complaints.
Well, there is there, because Hatswell was holding him back. Jimmy Quinn on his feet straight away.
Well, as far as I'm concerned here, Hatswell has grabbed hold of him. Marvin Robinson's trying to turn away, and Hatswell's pulling him back. It can only be a foul one way as far as I'm concerned, and it's a booking. Should be followed with a booking. Hatswell's got away lightly there. He's arguing because the fact I think he knows he was wrong, and he was caught out, didn't want to make the effort to run.
Very fortunate not to go into the referee's notebook there, Wayne Hatswell. All bar one back for Rushden to defend Convery's free kick. Again, the touch from Fortune West was there, but it didn't contain any direction to trouble Nichols.
It's going to take one hell of a header for Fortune West to score from there. That's just maybe just got to be more pace or a little bit deeper as well, and it's quite flat and it's there. It's going to be one hell of a header for Fortune West, even with all his ability in the air to score from there and trouble Paul Nichols.
Brighton won that. Kelly's header. Brighton there again, the Cambridge skipper. Marcus Kelly, tricky little customer. But Quinton stuck closely to him there. Pitt, 10 yards inside his own half.
Yeah, well, we've just seen it. Pitt, we saw in the first half, he was a dominant force for Cambridge, and now he's sitting that little bit deeper, and that is what's allowing Rushden to come at him. If Pitt starts going forward as he did in the first half, I think it will just push Rushden back.
Jackson, dispossessed by Danny Gleeson. Fortune West. Outnumbered, having won the original header with Hatswell. Simeon Jackson now for Rushden. Direct run from him. Not enough contact on the shot though.
Yeah, it was a little bit difficult there by Jackson. He was trying too hard there. Maybe should have just rolled it to someone square.
This game has opened up though.
It certainly has. It's just the whole game has stretched. And what we're seeing now, the ball's going forward up there to Fortune West and Robinson, but what we need now is the Cambridge midfield players to join in. Wollaston has been non-existent so far. He's the man they need really to get forward and pick up the pieces. Get him on the ball there and he'll be dangerous.
He was the man you picked out before kick-off to look out for. That's why we pay you all that money. Still,
he's going to deliver for me soon though.
He'll score the winner for you, you watch. Bags of energy and commitment out there tonight. Just in that final third. Lack of quality. But for Danny Potter, Rushden would be one up. Pitt. Now Convery. Here's Rusk, who had that shot that hit Challoner. Howell. Good pace. Good covering as well. That was a little too close to our vantage point in our commentary position for my liking, Mr. Parker.
Yeah, that was twice in 2 games now, Stephen. People have tried to hit, well, certainly hit me up here.
I was going to say, don't include me in it. That's a corner to Rushden. Rankin winning it. It's anyone's game, this, at the moment.
It is at the moment, and the team on the incentive is Rushden. They're the team with the better possession, getting in the better areas, getting in a little bit better deliveries. Cambridge on the back foot and a little bit hit and hope forward at the moment.
That's into the danger area. Fortune West it was who headed it away for Cambridge. Rushden have the throw. Challoner takes it. Foster. Patient build-up from Rushden. Jackson again pulling outside of the penalty area, trying to create that bit of space for a shot. No way through for Rushden there. Back to Foster again, the 29-year-old.
Silly challenge by Pitt there, no need to do that. He could have just gone there, held his ground, or even still maybe gone there and tried to get a block on there, but he's gone into something there. No need to go and do it there. Hatswell was centre half. He ain't going to go out and do tricks and try and go past him. He just wants to keep possession. Pitt is allowed now. He's going to allow Kelly to put one straight in there on penalty spot.
Yes, he's created a interesting opportunity here from the set play. In from Kelly. Oh, just needed a touch. Unfortunately, the touch was from Morrison as far as Cambridge were concerned. That was useful as well. It still might be. Simeon Jackson it was who got the effort in on goal.
It was. Jackson's done well. That's what he thrives off. But I think it's only Morrison's intervention really didn't allow him to actually get a clean strike at goal. He just comes in late there, Morrison, just to put him off a little bit. Just throws himself at the ball. And he just pulls back a bit there on it, Jackson, where normally it would hit straight through it.
Oh, whatever Gary Hill said at half-time has worked. Been a spirited showing from his side so far in this second period.
Certainly has been, and they're definitely by far the better side at the moment, keeping possession better. Cambridge are still trying to play that ball over the top, and the conditions are not going to allow that.
The rain has been incessant in this game. And as I say, it's been like that most of the day in this part of the world. They're keeping dry. And at the moment, they're on the edge of their seats as well, because Rushden have the edge at the moment. Finally poised. Just one goal decided this game last season, as Rushden did the double over Cambridge. Convery, Wollaston, just searching for that pass that would unlock the stubborn Rushden defence. Didn't arrive there though.
I think he's got to ask questions there of Danny Gleeson there, really. The ball was there, it was a decent ball out. First time really seeing Wollaston, and that's what they want him. They want him on the ball, and he got the ball there, and he played a decent ball, I thought, there in for Gleeson to take on.
Looks like that Cambridge are going to make a change. Stephen Reid is getting stripped to come on there. Meanwhile, this is Robinson. Well, that was Challoner. That was a very strange attempted clearance.
Well, I don't know why he's gone and done that for that. He's gone and put his team under pressure. They have not been under pressure this whole half, and they're now going to have a corner up against them, and it's the last thing they wanted, really.
Well, can Cambridge now cause any problems from this set piece? Convery to take the corner. Goalkeeper was being fouled. Whistle went early.
I think Pitt just got involved just right in front there of Paul Nicholls, and that's what he's complaining about there. Pitt's just gone and stood right there on him. He's trying to block him. All he's got to do is stand there. If he stays out of the way, Paul Nicholls got to try and get around him, but Pitt's made it easy for Paul Nicholls by leaning into him.
Comfortable for Howell. And the pressure from Robinson. Rankin to Jackson. For the last 25 minutes, the first change from either manager so far. Remember, also on that Cambridge bench, Rendell and Boylan, as far as attacking options are concerned. Cambridge are looking to make the change now. And they are going to make the change now. And it's Mark Convery who's coming off. The former York player. 22-year-old Stephen Reid is coming on. He arrived in the summer as well here at Cambridge, having been at Torquay last season. He's been involved in every game so far. He's now involved in this one at 0-0. Remember, Cambridge have scored in every home game so far this season, but they found chances hard to come by so far this evening against Rushden's stubborn back line. Peters with the long ball forward. Asano's header. Again, a poor clearance from Cambridge.
Just lost their way. Cambridge really no real pattern of play now. They're still trying to knock those long balls into Fortune, West and Robinson, and too wise now, the Russian centre-halves. They're too experienced players and they know how to deal with it after a while. They've got to mix their game up now, Cambridge.
Oh, Williston's put his team in trouble there. Howell to take the throw for Rushden. Gets it back from Jackson. Taking on Albrighton. Looked like a little tug of the shirt there.
It was just after the ball had gone. That's why I think he got away with it.
Hope. His opposite captain Albrighton clears. Robinson chases it. Very cool from Paul Nichols.
Yeah, he got Chris Hope out of trouble there. Chris Hope never had a look at all there. Didn't know where Robinson was.
Well, Peters just had a little look there and he had to go that way because Simeon Jackson had read that ball. And the experience of Mark Peters, the former Welsh under-21 international from St Asaph in North Wales. Asano. And that was Kelly's header. And it looks just like this game last season, but one goal, if it arrives, could settle this fixture.
I think we are talking about that in a moment. We're looking in, keepers haven't had to do a lot in the end. Potter's the only one who's had to do a lot, really, and that was just by more luck than good fortune, really. It was just nothing else around the goals. It's all up until the edge of the box, and then it just peters out.
It's a free kick to Rushden. Rankin wanted to get on with it quickly. As we approach the last 20 minutes. And there's going to be another change very shortly from Cambridge. On the back of Stephen Reid coming on. The leading scorer, Scott Rendell, is going to come on as well. But only after they've defended this free kick. Morrison's header. Kelly will chase that. So Rendell waiting. As the crowd are here for the first goal this evening. Jackson coming in at the back post. Pit clear for Cambridge. Only Robinson to look for. And Hatswell deals with that comfortably. Pitt. Hope first of that one. Kelly. Did well there, Jackson.
He did really well. We chased something there where a lot of people have given up on, and he's made something out of nothing now.
Rendell is now going to come on. That's what the cheers from the locals is for. 7 goals, leading goal scorer. And it's going to be Leo Fortune West, who he's going to replace. Well, the referee isn't allowing it just yet. Ball is still in play. Foster forward. Rankin. And that will be Fortune West's last action. No goal for him against his former club. He's got 6 goals for Cambridge. The man who's come on has got 7. Jimmy Quinn has made the change that we knew would happen if this game was still goalless.
Yeah, what's going to happen? I can imagine now that they'll have to change the way they play. It's like they will not go route one as often. I'd like to think not, with Rendell coming on. That's not his game, really.
Rendell straight away in the action. Former Crawley player. He was top scorer there as well. Stephen Reid is going to take this free kick. In from Reid. And again, it hasn't found the head of a Cambridge player. Hatswell with Robinson.
He'll be happy now. Life's a little bit easier now. Fortune West has gone off.
Strong in that challenge with Robinson. Howell forward from left back for Rushden. 5 red shirts in the penalty area if he can deliver. But he can't.
That says it all, really, what's happening this half. And one man who can change his game a lot, really, is Pitt there on the left-hand side. If he just takes a gamble and asks a question over that side and pushes on, he might be able to get Cambridge back in the game. Since he's sat back there, Cambridge are a spent force going forwards.
Quickly taken throw. Now Reid, the substitute, looking for Robinson. Cut out comfortably again by Hatswell.
I just think sometimes that's too long a pass there by Reid. It's got to shorten their game up, Cambridge. Try and just do something different against Rushden. They're sitting there waiting for it. 2 centre-halves want that all day long.
Asano. Reid has spread play to Gleeson, much to the delight of the home faithful. Gleeson again. Cambridge, born and bred, used to stand on the terraces here. Reid, better from Cambridge. And then the curling effort came in from Quinton. Hasn't scored yet this season, and that is still the case after that. Well, let's go down to the touchline, and Rebecca has some news for us.
Well, both benches are very different places to be at the moment. The Rushden bench quite calm, quite collected. Gary Hill just standing quite calmly towards the back of it. The other bench, though, Jimmy Quinn and Willie Wordsworth, both very, very animated, desperate to get their striker Lee Boylan on in the next few minutes. It's absolutely pouring down with rain here. Down here by the benches, an absolute mud bath. We're all soaking wet. The pitch is obviously very greasy indeed, and possibly verging on dangerous.
Well, that's because of a good old-fashioned English day of wet weather in Cambridgeshire. Hasn't produced any errors for goals as yet, and really just that one chance in this second half when Rusk's shot deflected off Challoner was well saved by Potter. That's the closest we've come to a goal so far. And now this is going to be the opportunity to make third and final change. And it's Lee Boylan. You can hear what the fans think of that. It's a straight swap up front for Marvin Robinson. Boylan recently back from injury. He's on for his 10th appearance this season. So we now have Boylan and Rendell up front for Cambridge.
Yes, and I know him very well, Lee Boylan, just from his days at Canvey Island. Fantastic goal scorer, and when we was last here, we saw him score a very, very late winner for him as well against Oxford United. And
Cambridge would take a winner from anyone at the moment. Otherwise, it would be 4 games without a win. If it stayed like it is, 3 points from 12. And before that incident, they'd taken 9 from 9, Cambridge. It's all about consistently in this league. And very nearly committed an error there.
I was just watching that ball in the air, and I just saw him come back, and I thought to myself, he's going to do that. And he goes and does it. I just cannot believe it. He's actually gone and tried to do what he done. He's so fortunate he got away with that there, Morrison.
Well, let's get some reaction from the man who's just come off, Marvin Robinson. He's with Rebecca.
Marvin, a frustrating game out there for you.
Yeah, had one half chance in the second half, you know, put it through. I thought it was a foul. Didn't give it for some reason, but, you know, it's a tight game. There wasn't much happening second half, to be honest.
How difficult is it in this rain?
Well, it's not difficult. We just don't seem to be passing it like we should. We're not together as a team, but, you know, we can still nick it and win the game.
Thanks, Marvin.
Yes, it's finally poised. It's there, waiting for somebody to write the script for a dramatic winning goal in these final 12 minutes.
Well, I just think the way this game's going to go, it's going to be one almighty mistake, or it's just going to be a team taking a big gamble, maybe a push on and try and win it.
Cambridge have kept just 3 clean sheets all season. That's the other end they'll be more concerned with. And we're looking now to that man Rendell and Boylan to try and change all that.
Well, the one thing they need with those two on the field, they need Wollaston to come into the game to play them in. And that's one thing this team haven't done. They haven't really looked for Wollaston when they've got the ball. They've gone long far too often.
Let's see what they can do here. Inadvertently came back across the box, headed away by Challoner. And then back by Peters.
Just another flat free kick there by Reid. It just goes on the edge of the box, and it almost has allowed Rushden to go straight at the other end and get at Cambridge.
Boylan. In from Gleeson, better delivery, and in! He couldn't keep it out, Nichols, and the leading goal scorer, Scott Rendell, on as a substitute, has done exactly what he was put on for, and scored the goal for Jimmy Quinn to give Cambridge the lead.
Well, that's something that come out of the blue there. Boylan just rolls it back. Good cross in there by Danny Gleeson, but Rendell comes on, and Paul Nichols got caught in 2 minds, I think, whether catch it or punch it. Tries to catch it, slipped through his hands. The wet conditions played a part in that goal there, and I did say it was going to be a mistake, and it seems like that could be the one. Just come back there, and it was a good header by Rendell there. Good ball in. The ball was driven across there, not looped. It was a drive in it, and that man is so pleased.
He isn't. Paul Nichols will be disappointed when he sees that again. We've mentioned the rain all evening, and the Cambridge fans are alive. They've kept up their record of scoring in every single home game so far this season, and it's that man with his 8th of the season, Scott Rendell, who has got it.
He has, and that's what Jimmy wanted to come on and do, and all he's done is just got to head to a cross. And the one thing about that cross, it was just in such a good area to go and attack it. Gave gave him such a chance to go and score a goal, because it was just there about 7-8 yards from goal, and that's all he could do, get his head to it and hope, really, and it come off for him because Paul Nicholls allowed it to slip through his hands.
What can Rushden do in reply? That was looking for Jackson from Kelly. All Brighton goes with him. Still Simeon Jackson. Now Howell. Little touch, Challoner on the turn, didn't connect. Goal kick.
Well, that was an opportunity there for Challoner's first real chance of the game, and he just maybe thinking himself, could I have caught this better? Ball just comes in and just little flick on there, and it's just there, a lot of people around him, and he snatches it. He never got a clean connection.
Well, Scott Rendell, who's 21 in 12 days. Not a bad pre-birthday present, that. It'd be even better if it's the Cambridge winner. Managers make substitutions. Sometimes it comes off for them, sometimes it doesn't. Very much came off for Jimmy Quinn. And the important thing now is to close the game out. He's jumping around like a jack-in-the-box down there at the moment. A man who's been here before, promotion with Shrewsbury, of course, via the playoff finals. He used all 3 substitutes, and one of them has got his team in front.
That's what you want your substitutes for. You want them either to close the game up for you, go out and win you a game, and bringing on Rendell when he did, that will be seen as good, being a good manager, because it was a good decision to get him on.
Here's Jackson though at the other end, pace getting away from Albrighton, and then was off balance as he struck it left-footed.
And the reason why he was off balance, because Albrighton matched him for pace, went with him, didn't try and win the ball, just said to him, I'm going to stay on your shoulders and make it difficult for you to get a shot in. And that is why Danny Potter went straight to him and patted him on the shoulder and said, great defending.
Well, we've seen the reaction of Jimmy Quinn. Gary Hill now has a little bit more to think about. And his reaction is a double substitution. Andy Burgess and Lee Tomlin about to add more firepower for Rushden. So here comes the double change for Rushden for the final 7 minutes or so. Rankin off to be replaced by Tomlin. And Burgess is replacing Kelly. Burgess, who was left out tonight. Here come Cambridge again with Reed. Pitt. Good ball. Rendell! Should have been 2-0.
Well, that's the first time we've seen Pitt go forward. And again, it was a great delivery in the box there. Rendell just comes across the front of his man. And that maybe should have been 2-0, but it was a good connection, just lacked direction.
He can't believe it. Boylan to Reed. Thought about the shot, hit it well as well. Over the near post by Nicholls.
Good shot, well held by the goalkeeper.
Boylan. Morrison's header away. Here's Burgess. Rushden have 5 minutes plus stoppage time to get something from tonight. Tomlin couldn't get that through. Now Howell. Morrison away again. Rendell, who's on course to be the hero as it stands at the moment. Wollaston. Rendell again, much better from Cambridge. Pitt. There's only Boylan to aim for. Now Wollaston. At the end of all that, it's a Cambridge throw. And they are going to make one final change. And it's Tom Shaw, the 20-year-old, who's coming on for Simon Rusk. So Shaw on for his 10th appearance so far this season. From a Nottingham Forest trainee. There's only 3.5 minutes plus stoppage to try and influence this game. Here's his first touch. Everyone being thrown forward, understandably, at this stage now. Nichols, the goalkeeper, hoists it in. Hope won it in the air. This is Burgess. And still, that's a goal kick, though.
He was there, Burgess, just trying to do a trick there, come back the other way, and he ends up putting it out for a goal kick.
Gary Hill's team had worked so hard, their game plan was working until that one incident.
That's right, I said about a mistake, and the mistake looks like it's going to cost him at least a point, and he'll be disappointed. His players are given everything, and Paul Nichols, at the conditions, have forced it to slip through his hands.
Offside flag is up, and that is questionable.
That was close, that one.
Hope, who stayed up there now. Jackson. Almost came to Tomlin. Solid defending again from Cambridge. Away from Gleeson on that occasion.
It was all Brighton. Should have cleared it, but I think he heard a shout and he left it, when in theory he should have just dealt with it and then worried about the shout.
Howell with the throw. Hope's touch. All Brighton there first. He's got more defending to do again. Still not clear. Away by the skipper. High into the dark Cambridge skies, and then Wollaston far more effectively clear. That found its way to Howell. Hatswell back forward. Reed with the challenge. Asano. Tomlin's dangerous ball, headed in the air by Peters. Cambridge still haven't cleared it. They have now with Wollaston.
They're just sitting too deep now. Cambridge are allowing the balls to come in too often.
The offside flag's up now. So with the offside flag up, it's time for Paul Parker's man of the match for this evening.
I'm going to give my man the match there to All Brighton. I think he's defended so well. Everything has come towards him, he's dealt with it. He hasn't panicked, and he's brought everyone in around him to make sure they all did defend well together as a team.
Here's a chance for number 2. Oh, that ball from Quinton just in front of Rendell. He plays it back towards the near post. Wollaston following up, and he's been dispossessed as well. Still with Cambridge, it's Reed. Well, they've wasted 2 or 3 chances to really seal it there.
Well, that should have been dealt with there. In theory by Rendell. Quinton just panicked at the end, over-kicked it, and they left Rendell with no chance. All he could do is just go and retrieve it and try and get it back into the danger area again. It comes in, and there it is. Good save at the near post there by Nichols. Well, he goes in there. Reed again fires it, looking for that far angle, and it doesn't come off for him.
We're inside the first of 3 minutes of time added on at the Abbey Stadium. Cambridge will be hoping that doesn't come back to haunt them as Rushden push for an equaliser. But couldn't get any quality there, and that's a goal kick. Jimmy Quinn hasn't had that winning feeling in the last 3 matches, but he knows he's a couple of moments away from restoring that winning feeling to his dressing room.
That's right, it's taken them a while to get there, and look, he's not happy. He just knows they should have killed the game off, and I'm sure he will talk about, yes, they've won. I assume they're going to win, but he'll say, what about the one that got away? We should have done better.
Forward towards Jackson. Brighton got a shout, left it for Potter. Let's not forget his save at 0-0.
That was an important save, a very, very important save that he's made there. That's kept him in the game when they weren't playing that well. Rushden were on top of their game, the team in control of it.
Offside flag was up there against Boylan.
I think they have to say, Cambridge, is that they have to get used to this kind of games they're playing tonight. Teams are going to come here and going to try and stop them playing, stop them scoring goals, and it's going to be teams trying to hit them on counter-attacks, and they have to get to learn how to play against this kind of way that Rushden have come. It comes this way because they're successful, Cambridge. That's why teams come here and play like this. It's giving you respect for what you're doing at the moment.
We're in the final minute of stoppage time now. Cambridge are very close to their first win in 4 games. Well, maybe one more attack here for Rushden. Hope the emergency centre forward. Burgess the substitute. That wasn't the ball that Rushden required, though.
No, that's why he's put him on, Gary Hill. He's looking for him for his quality, and he's had 2 opportunities and he hasn't delivered once yet.
Rendell. Final few seconds being wasted now. He's done really well to earn a corner out of that.
He did. He could have flicked it back and rolled it back, but decided to run a corner flag, and as a manager, that's what you're looking for your players, to start thinking at this time in the game when you're 1-0 up.
Cambridge are back to winning ways, and it's that man they have to thank. Scott Rendell on as a substitute, put on by Jimmy Quinn, and 10 minutes from time, his header slipped through the hands of Paul Nicholls, and it means that Cambridge are still unbeaten at home this season. 5 wins and 3 draws. They cement their place in the top 5 of the Blue Square Premier. They'll have Danny Potter to thank as well for a very good save from Simon Rusk's deflected shot. But Rendell, the leading scorer, his 8th goal of the season, 10 minutes from time, enough to send the Abbey Stadium faithful home very happy.
So another 3 points for Jimmy Quinn's Cambridge United.